Good morning and welcome to Data Center. We will be continuing with our MySQL class and we'll be looking at select distinct query and aggregation in this class. Now, select distinct is used to select the different data value present in your column that you are making reference to, okay? Expunging duplicates. For instance, the gender column. Gender is either you're a male or a female. Now these are two distinct gender. And once you run it, it will just return to rows. We have a male, we have a gender. Now in a column where you have more than two distinct value, once you run it, it will bring the distinct value that you have without replicating it. Okay, so we'll be looking at that. We as well look at aggregation. The aggregation function, if you look at when we did Excel, we use count to get the total number of rows, total number of rows, value, have count blank. Okay. Now for MySQL, when you use count, it doesn't count the null values. There is a missing cell. No, it counts the field whether it's non-null records. Okay. Now sum as an aggregation function as well calculate sum, add all the values together. We have the minimum value or the maximum, and we have average. Okay. Now, for sum, mean, max, and average, they are numerical functions. For count, you can use them for string. You can use the function for string. It's important, I mentioned, when you are using this function, ensure that there's no space between the words and the parentheses. Okay, so there's no space in between them. Okay, so now let's go open your MySQL. You can go to your start button here and then you search MySQL. All right, now looking at it, you can see, then you double click on your MySQL workbench. Once it's open, click on the instance. Very sure by now you have inserted the database you are working on, employees. Okay, so if you are coming in for the very first time, I mean on your workbench, just double click on employees so that it can be active and then you can perform your query. All right, so let's kickstart with select distinct. Select distinct, gender. Okay, gender. Okay. From employees. And then close it. Okay, so let's run this and see. Okay, we have to check where are we getting it wrong. Let's remove this and see. Let's remove this and see. All right, let's run again. Okay, you can see male and female. So you don't need to put it in quotes. Okay, you don't need to put it in quotes. Male and female. These are distinct value that gender contain. All right, so you can use it for maybe first name. Let's go ahead and do that. Select distinct. Okay, first name. Okay, from employees, and let's format this here. Right, so we're not clicking this again. We are working just this snippet, so we are using this. Okay. Now you can see the distinct name that we have. You see, we have all this. See, how many did you return? You see, so these are the distinct name that we have. Other people can bear this. Okay, all right. So now we're moving straight away to our aggregation. Aggregation is to sum, to count things together and give us the sum. How many rows do we have? How many values do we have in this data set? So it gives us a single value. Okay, so now we'll start with count. Count. Then we use this. Okay, and let's so we're counting. We can count our first name. Okay, let's see name from employees. Okay, all right, we have this, and we use this. All right, see we have 3024. We have 3024. All right, now we can as well use distinct here to know how many are distinct. Okay, just like the way we did. So in this time, we're going to put the distinct here. Okay, all right, let's run it and see. You see it? So distinct name that we have here is 1275. That's the distinct name that we have. Okay, so we've used count. So with this, you can get the frequencies. That is the total number of staff that we have. The one that are distinct, the bear people who bears the same name. We have 1275 uh, employee. Okay. Now, the next thing I'll be doing is to use other aggregation functions such as the sum, the average, the maximum, and the minimum. Okay. Now let's go ahead and do that. Select sum. I'm using this. Okay. Salary. I'm making reference to my salary. Salaries. And you hand it. Okay. And let's run this. Okay, look at it. This is the sum of the total salary that this guy is paid for the whole year in that column. Okay, this is the sum, the total salary. Okay, let's just edit this. Let's get the average AVG. Okay, I'm using salary. Okay, because we are dealing with numerical value. Okay, now you see this is the average. And let's see the maximum amounts. Okay, stop there, and then you run this. So you can know the maximum salary paid. This is it. Then we have minimum salary paid. Let's run this. Okay, you can see. All right, is the minimum salary. So we've used the counts, sum, maximum, minimum, and average. Is that okay? So we can then play around with the where operator that we use, where you select all, then you use your where to give a condition where the salary is this, the maybe you had the first name and then you run your code. Okay, so that is all about aggregation function for now. And next class we'll look at other operator. Thank you for listening. If you've not subscribed, do well to subscribe and share.